Good morning, everybody, and you're welcome to another episode of our online school. It's time for mathematics, and I'm Mr. Enuro. In mathematics today, we'll be talking about simple interest. Simple interest. So when we hear the word simple interest, what comes to your mind? Let's look at the definition of simple interest. Simple interest is a method of calculating the interest charged on a loan. To get a better understanding of our simple interest, there are some terminologies, some words that are used. But before I explain those words, let's quickly go through this example. I want to give an example of Mr. A. Mr. A is the salary earner and Mr. B. Mr. A decided not to spend all his salary for the month. Decided to save a part of his salary. So out of his salary, he decided to save 10,000 naira. Now, so he felt if he kept it in the house, he might still be tempted to spend it. So he decided to take it to a financial institution, for example, a bank. So when he got there, he spoke with the bank manager, and the bank manager decided to save his money. And he was told at the end of the month, at the end of the year, you collect this money with a particular percentage. Are we getting it? So this 10,000 naira saved is the principal. Mr. B, on the other hand, is a trader. He wants to expand his business, but he does not have the capital to expand the business. So he decided to go to a financial institution to get a loan. So when he got to the financial institution, he was told that he will be able to borrow you a sum of 10,000 naira. If you look at it very well, Mr. A saved 10,000 naira, Mr. B borrowed 10,000 naira. These 10,000 naira are both capital. Mr. A saved it, that means he kept it in the bank. Mr. B borrowed 10,000 naira. They are both principal. Now let's go to our definition. Principal is the amount of money kept in the bank or borrowed from the bank. Are we listening? Principal is the amount of money that is kept in the bank or borrowed from the bank. So when you keep a particular amount of money in the bank so that it can yield a percentage for your capital, it is called a principal. When you go to a bank to borrow money to help your business or to meet a financial need, it is also called principal. Don't forget that your principal is always measured in a unit, and the unit is always in currency form. Do we understand that? Now, let's go back to our story. After Mr. A saved his money for a particular time, let's take a year, and he is ready to use this money, the bank told him you will be paid 12,000 naira. The extra 2,000 naira on the capital, on the amount Mr. A deposited in the bank is called the interest. It's called what? The interest. Now, when Mr. B is repaying back the 10,000 naira loan he borrowed, he was told he will pay back 12,750. This is just an assumption. Are we listening? The extra 2,750 naira Mr. B is paying back with it. He's paying back on the 10,000 naira is the interest. Now let's go to our definition. Interest is the amount of money paid on the money kept in bank or borrowed from the bank. The amount of money you paid, additional amount of money you paid when you collect money from the bank or when you keep your money in the bank, it's called the interest. Now, the interest is usually paid as a percentage. Interest is usually paid as a percentage of the principal per annum. The interest is usually calculated according to a particular percentage of the principal. Are we getting it? So this percentage is called rate. The percentage is called rate. Now, the period of time for the repayment of the loan is called time. Please, let's note all these terms, all these words used in our simple interest. The time by which the loan is repaid back to the bank is called time. Now the last word used is the amount. Amount is the addition of principal and the interest. I hope you get that. Let's quickly run through the words again. The first word is simple interest itself. The next word is principal. The next word is interest. The next is rate. The next is time. And the last word there is amount. Now, today we'll be looking at how to find simple interest. We won't look at how to find all these terminologies, but today we are looking at how to find our simple interest. And there is a formula used in finding our simple interest. So the formula used in finding our simple interest is principal, which is represented by P, times rate, represented by R, times time, represented by T, divided by 100. Don't forget, I told you that your rate is always calculated, your principal has a unit of currency, your rate has a unit of percentage, and your time is always calculated in years. Don't forget that. Now, the formula for calculating our amount, if you look at its definition, we said amount is the addition of your principal, which is represented by P, and the interest. Our interest is represented by SI, or you can represent it by R. Are we getting it? Let me write it in full. Principal plus interest. To have a better understanding of this topic, let's look at the following examples. Now, let's read example 1. A trader deposits 4,500 in a bank, which pays 20% per annum. That is, this trader deposited 4,500 naira, and at the end of every year, is expected to gain 20% of this particular amount deposited in bank. Now, let's look at question A. Question A says, find the simple interest at the end of 4 years. So let's quickly bring out the terms used. What are the things we need? A trader deposited 4,500. Who can tell me what 4,500 represents here? Principal. Thank you. So you bring it out. Your principal is what? 4,500. Which pays in a bank, which pays 20% per annum. I told you one of the words here is measured in percentage. Which word is measured in percentage, class? Rate. So I told you your rate is measured in percentage. So our rate is what? 20%. And if you look at our formula, the next thing we need here is our what? Our time. I told you our time is measured in what? Years. Time. So what is the year that we have here? 4 years. Now, we are told to calculate the simple interest. So we pick our formula. Our formula for calculating simple interest is what? Principal times rate times time over 100. Now, we are going to fix these terms that we have here into our formula. What is our principal? 4,500. What is our rate? 20. Don't forget, you are not to add this percentage to your what question again. The percentage you add here has been represented in your formula. And what is our time? 4 divided by 100. Then we can reduce it to the lowest form before what? Multiply. What can we break? We have 0 cancel what? 0. This 0 cancel 0. What do we have left? We have 45 times 20 times 4 over 1. So let's multiply. Let's go to our counting jotter and multiply over here. 20 times 4 is 80. So we have 80 times 45. 0, 40, 0, 2, 3. Then we add it together. 0063. So our answer here is what? 3,600 naira. So at the end of 4 years, this trader would have earned 3,600 interest on 4,500. Therefore, our simple interest is 3,600. So that solves the part A of the question. Now we move to our part B. The part B of the question says calculate the amount, and you have been given the formula for calculating amount. The formula says principal plus interest. Principal plus interest. So the formula for calculating our amount equals to principal plus interest. So from the question, what is our principal? Our principal is what? 4,500 naira. What is our interest? The interest is calculated in our A part of the question, 3,600. So applying this formula, our amount equals to 4,500 plus 3,600 naira. So let's add it up. 4,500 plus 3,600 naira. 18. So what do we have here? We have 8,100. Therefore, the total amount the trader gets at the end of 4 years is 8,100 naira. I hope you got that correctly. To be sure you really followed through everything I've taught you today, let me quickly give you a practice exercise. Quickly do this for me. Find a simple interest of 3,000 naira at 5% interest rate for 2 years. I'm giving you 2 minutes to do that. Beautiful, you've gotten your answer correctly. Thank you. With this, we've come to the end of our class for today. See you in our next class and enjoy the rest of the